Hey there everybody, Flash Trialsman continuing with our Suzerain playthrough. Revelations. Okay then. Alright, where did we get to? Hang on a minute, I thought economic development, let's just check something. Didn't we make a deal with Lesbia? No, it's going to be an isn't it? Didn't we? I thought we'd. Am I completely wrong on this? I thought we'd got a deal with Lesbia. Did I completely imagine this or what? Political overview notes. I thought we'd have a massive increase on. Law, diplomacy, yeah, trade Lesbia, there we go. Right, just like that. Forgot what I was doing. Right, okay, where are we? Let's have a quick look at what's going on around us. Make sure there's nothing going on there. Yeah, we made a deal with Lesbia, about the first correct thing we've done in the entire game. Anyway, let's cover on here. Results of the affair scandal. Oh yeah. Several days have passed since I ordered the investigation to my secretary, Olivia Sooner. Here she is. We think she's a Wumbergian spy. Let's give it that minute. Both Peter and Olivia have been acting unnaturally nice to me, believing I let them off the hook for their affair. They seem to be avoiding each other, though. Lucy's knocking on the door. Say a moment of your time. He could be the spy. So I know. Of course, Lucy entered my office and closed the door behind him. Our security team travelled to Lockhaven to speak to the owners of the pub. They confirmed she worked there. Their description of her did not match that of your secretary. However, it did match that of an unidentified corpse that washed up in Langberg about 2 months before your inauguration. Okay. Right, so basically, there was somebody called Olivia working there, but she was bumped off, chucked in Lemberg Bay. Okay then. Yeah, really. Further investigation by operatives in Wumberg matched Missing's description to a woman named Ileana Vance, last seen graduating from the Krimsrad Political Sciences Institute. A whistleblower from Wumberg recognised the name Vance as belonging to a deeply embedded covert agent, although she has previously assumed it was a man. How could we have missed all this? I like that. I love some of the scripting is fantastic. Right, how could we have missed all this? That lying two-faced sucker, but that's obvious, isn't it? That of course she's going to lie. You should have figured ages ago. How could we have missed all this? And she was hiding without a background check. It's possible all of it could have been avoided if Mr. Vector's blood flow had been treated. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, that's just found that all amusing. Okay, but none of this can be helped now. The question is, what are we going to do? Arrested for treason. What do you think? Again, it's a scandal, isn't it? I'm going to be castrated. Yeah, there's that as well. Do you mean? Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to do that. That's not me, is it really? That's not the character we built up. That's a big scandal. I don't know. But in my head, if we arrest her for treason, the scandal of arresting my secretary for treason is going to have serious questions are going to be asked. Alright, what do you think we should do? The standard procedure would be to try Miss Sooner for treason. If we do so, then I have to tell the media pieces together what happened. Exactly what I've just said. I'd look like a fool having it under my nose the entire time. Yeah, that again in the Sordland of today, where that would not look good. That would not look good at all. Yeah. Mr. Vector take the fall. This is my fault as much as I don't know. I tell you, Pete, did nothing wrong. The problematics an understatement, yeah. Put you in danger of failing order background checks on your closest personal staff. Side. I'm a chief secretary. I Roger what you believe is best statue. Of course, some decision is yours. Oh God, we need to throw Pete to the wolves. I don't know what to do. But he's a liability, but he's also a comrade, isn't he? I blame Olivia. I mean, oh, I didn't want to press that. I didn't mean to press that. Oh well, okay. No, well, I would try to statement. You'd best press only. I didn't mean to press that. Yeah, because I didn't. You tell me. Yeah, I didn't mean to press that. I was going to throw Peter under the bus. That was a mistake. Oh no. Oh no, that's a mistake. This game now, I can't even reload a save because you don't get saves. Because once you make a decision, you made your decision. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, bugger. Oh well. We're in now. Tell me. It's not the first mistake I've made in this little, this game, is it really? Okay. No, it's not. And then with the guards, blocking entrance. You're arrested for treason. Please come with me. You are going to pay for the way you use Peter. Yeah, I shouldn't. That's his office. Louisiana, she's a spy. Yep, basically, the truth comes out. You're a sad old drunk and you're a lousy lie. Let's see, if I were a Rumberg spy, I'd barely have to do a thing. You'd have Sordland right for the taking. Heading up. Of me. Yeah, I should have thrown into the wolves. That's a massive mistake. I need to be more careful and press things. That's a security breach. Yeah, look at all the red. There's more reds than there are anything else. Okay, alright. Nothing up here. Right. Oh no. The morning reviews told hordes of reports gathered in front of court as Peter Leeson asked by entrance. Leeson helped break the news of my secretary's arrest. Now the media began to question how Rumberg double agent had been able to infiltrate the Moon Palace. Oh great. As Peter looked at the servant, told him I was President, I'd advise you to keep your response brief as possible. Took a deep breath together, we stepped on the podium. Thank you for coming. Yeah, Lieutenant former Secretary of President of Sordland has been currently arrested for treason. As you were aware in advance, Rumberg's by President, my Secretary is currently awaiting trial for treason. Let's go with that one. Certain officials failed to conduct necessary background checks that would have prevented from infiltration and administration that are under investigation. And as this woman managed to pass our rigorous checks. Right. That's an outright lie. That's just leave. Oh Christ, which one do we go now? Right, option 1. Certain officials failed. They're going to do which officials. Question will be asked about the administration. That's an outright lie. Which, again, if we get found out, also makes us look bad. Which one? Do we go with the outright lie? Is it an end? Yeah, let's do that one. Let's just go. We don't know. Come on, let's just start getting laid into Rumberg. Let's deflect. So undermine administration while strong united and combat. We remain vigilant against external and internal enemies, and we will not tolerate any crimes against the state. Alright, despite our efforts to undermine. Yeah, let's go with that one. Okay, alright. Thank you. Okay. Flash went off. Porter raised the hand to speak. It's random. I don't know. I really don't know. We're not taking any questions. Because that's just from me. See, Mr. Victor, I'm credible for saying that you have personally oversaw Miss Suzerain's hiring in appropriate relation with her. I'll put my hand on Peter's mic. Whatever these sources are, they are lying. Mr. Victor's conduct has been nothing but honourable. Oh God. Which lie's more palatable? Let's go with that one. Within the Marine Palace itself, okay. Are you? Yeah, because you can't really argue with that, can you? Really? It's not like you can say about that. So, yeah, I would make kind of a little. Well, you know, what can you say? You can't argue with that at all. I don't know. Gestures to loosen, to end the press conference. Lies, all lies. Men will be men. See, I could get away with that in Sordland. However, my wife that's pushing women's rights, that's just not me. We're going out. Oh, let's loosen to end the press conference. Not taking any more questions, thank you. He needs to resign. I must admit that can't be helped, but overall this is nowhere near as bad as it could have been. You're joking me, right? Thank you, lucky stars, you're not in the courthouse with her. Yeah, really. Don't care, that's all I Peter with. No, I don't think he's right. I think Lucian's the leak on that one. Okay, codex entry. Olivia Sauna has got a codex entry. Okay. I blame Rumberg publicly for involvement in the affair. Let's deflect. Let's see what. Let's have a quick. Nobody else wants anything to speak to me about. This game exhausts me, it really does. It's like so, for a text-based game, you've got so much thought goes into it. Right. Let's see what this is about. This is on Moon's right situation. Let's look at their news headlines first. Rumberg inferred to Moon Palace security president staff arrested. Okay. Yeah. Jailed. Actions. Nothing there, nothing to worry about. Okay, let's see. Brief on women's rights. Okay, I sat my off, look at the clock. Time for appointment with Kyle on women's rights. Knock on the door. Yes, she entered, folders in her hand, closed the door behind her. I entered the room. Monica entered the room. Mr. President, Anton, before we start, thank you for agreeing to this meeting. I'm dreaming about this ever since I volunteered. Finally here. Okay. God. This should be easy, but this is going to be another one that's going to open a whole can of worms. And to make you happy. And yeah, let's just be kind of. We did. Holding. First off, Mr. President, I thank you for pushing a decree on establishing gender equality in education. You know that this is something I've been trying to accomplish since my appointment as minister. It's disturbing. With that said, I still have a long way to go before children are able to enjoy the same rights and privileges as men. Okay. Even as their counterparts in our case and the United Continent, we have been lagging behind on this for decades. I've seen this enough revolutions and all. Okay. Money. A United Contana container the communists. Law dictates that women earn the same wages as men in their respective fields. My research shows this has led to a 15.5% increase in productivity. You could say that's a direct influence on their superpower status. Occasionally pass laws ensuring maternal leave rights, child daycare centres and tax deductions for working families in turn experience okay. Both countries have made significant lowering of mortality rates and statistic beliefs directly linked to improvement status of women. Administrators just failed to pull Sordland out of its economic recession, sitting back on their chair, so I'm asking why not try passing similar laws at worst, even if they fail to improve the economy, it will be a significant step towards forward our society. It's only logical. List of bullet points on it. Twist up the save, these are the measures we believe are most urgently needed. Oh god. I don't want to press the next button. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Criminalising domestic violence, support working mothers, equal to. Let's go with that one. That's a no-brainer. It's crucial. This is unbelievable. I understand this woman can legally allowed to beat their wives. It's a try. It beats you right there. Especially how the bloody communities I would also have to get setting up a special domestic commission task force. Okay. Yep. Bringing the minorities. Try and bring them into the fold a little bit more. Surely something we ought to focus on. The Bloods are different, they have their own rules. Oh, I'm not surprised we can't let suffer under pressure no matter their ethnicity. I agree. Dear for Bloods or anything else. Yep, I agree. Support for working mothers. It simply isn't fair that women in the workforce are punished for having children. I agree. Remember that I told. Yep, paid maternity leave at state-subsidised daycare centres would keep more mothers employed. I don't want to reward women for choosing work over raising children. It's true that having children never hindered either. You said you never regretted giving up for choosing work over. I don't get that. I don't get the top comment. I don't get that. If we paid maternity leave and state subsidised daycare centres would keep more mothers employed. I don't want to. It shouldn't hinder a woman either. Yeah, let's do that one because I didn't get the first one exactly. Moving on. Equal treatment in the workplace. That's an easy one. Right now, Sordland's one of the largest pay gaps between women. We need legislation to ensure women that do the same job as men are paid. Yes, a no-brainer. If you do the same job as a man, you get paid the same as a man. Quotas get more women in positions of power. Ooh, that's going to be the hardest one to get through that one. And the pay gap is a more pressing issue as it would. Yes, I always thought women are starving because they don't make a living wage. That's a damn sight more important. Yeah. Quotas far more easier. Merit. Yeah, but tackling the pay gap is more urgent. Yeah, that's kind of covers all subjects. What's your thoughts so far? Action. We need. Of course, there's no year things. I'm missing something here. Let's go for it. Let's get the women on side of the next vote. Alright. It doesn't tell us where we are on the timeline. We're on chapter 3. There's no calendar and that's my notes. Nope, that's the codex. We know the codex. That's my journal. We're on turn 3. Turn. Oh wait. 1, 2. Women removals. That's 8. I don't know what year we're in. Oh well. Election's coming up soon, so political election. Yeah. Okay, establish a commission for Women's vs Sordland. The mere head, our goal should be passing unparalleled help or solve these problems as we discussed. As a commission spokeswoman, my responsibility will be to make speeches, organise fundraisers, or face the movement while Carol handles the current work. If we can show that the First Lady's behind the movement, many will be more encouraged. I agree. Exactly that. Yeah. There will be commission on the status of women. It's going to determine how getting your laws past the assembly. What do we need? Yeah. conflict down a version would be better than nothing. Yeah, go for that. One more thing, consider before making a decision. This could help silence any public questions regarding your boss, presidents and leaders' affairs. Very true. Yeah, I agree. It took a few minutes. Yeah, yeah, right. Tell me what. Well, by the way, you're there. No, I'm not going to do it. Bloody madness. Oh, that's 5 minutes. Yeah. Exalt time you can muster. We did it. We did it. It's uncomfortable. I'll start gathering names for the commission tonight. Documents. Leaving. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be bloody hard to pass. Codex entries updated from Monica. Look at that later. Economy's a bit better, but it's still not great. Okay, where are we? What we got now? Some nothing very pressing to look at. Okay, nothing over there. Okay, let's go for this one. Soldiers League with a donation of a Soldiers League women have requested a private donation from the President. Yes, I'm not getting a hefty sum because I might need that to escape the country at some point. Okay, let's go for this one. Mediation of a dispute in the gendarmerie. Arrived at Vesgard after Peter received an emergency meeting request between this pair, Isef and Lilius. Reports a recent issue that raised between the Swordish police force and gendarmerie units. It happened in the last episode. They had a disagreement with each other. Somebody got killed because they couldn't work together or something. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, the report said that the operation against a drug trafficking gang in Vesord failed due to miscommunication. It's not hard to guess what the meeting was going to be about. Yeah, really. I think I remembered I gave her control of everything. It's not the military getting involved because the military were too trigger happy. So I made her think if I could hear, or it's in the hallway, open the doors. The minister did not even realise. This is unacceptable. I dare the police meddle in the affairs of the gendarmerie. With your men, he started ridiculous as a meddle with the ongoing police investigation. Voices were getting louder and louder. Their place. You're at his place. Can you just say you'll pay for it one day? That's a bit of a threat. Let's just be calm. Push your boundaries. Let's explain first. Miss Gresset was tasked with investigating a drug trafficking ring downtown Vesord. We found evidence of a drug stash located in the outskirts of the city. Let out quickly put an end to the criminals who have been watching for some time. So we immediately sent our police units to catch them and find the drugs in the compound. Miss Anson and Jean-Drum did not notify us that they were also moving against the same target. As a result, the criminals got away and we lost months of progress. There's no line of communication between the you two. Yeah, exactly, there is, but Minister of Defence started to avoid notifying the police department about the planned raid. Same could be said about you, because the reports show you knew about the gangland stash in the countryside. Rangers. Well, it is, you're both incompetent. Yeah, that's not going to go down well. I'm getting on with the pair of them. No, we need to find a middle ground. Everyone's again. Certificate match should be handled Minister of Interior completely. We called the Minister of Interior for a reason. We can't let any more screw-ups like this happen again. I want the jump to transfer the Minister of Interior. I thought I'd decided that. Don't mind. For a moment. Can't these matches just try to improve the communication? Believe I just had to fix up on this not the other way. Absolutely, because one of John Dormer to her out of the question. You have a better solution. Let's see what he's got to say. Wherever present we engage, we should engage at lower rank with local officials on both sides. We could work on establishing that, but it still doesn't change the wrong system that exists now. I want to remind you about your promise, Mr. President. Keep your word. What promise? Nothing is going on. It's far proof you have. No way the police could have arrived. There is no way that the police has arrived at the right time of a month-long search and exact day and minute jump. That's a very good point. Situations where to look at who gets what. Yeah, sack pair of them. Decision. There's gonna be no change. Mistake. No, work. If I know work together and don't fight amongst each other, I want capable. There are big issues at hand that need attention. We focus on them instead of each other. Meeting. Well, that didn't end well. I think I made a mess of that one myself. I think that did not go well. Okay, Rayne. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, I didn't even bother with. Okay, that was updated, wasn't it? Not the country overview. Something was updated. Okay, yeah, I don't think I handled that very well. Somewhat. Okay, let's see what else we've got going on over there. Yeah, I kind of screwed that one up. Some stressful meeting after all of this is. I had a meeting scheduled with Pascal about the annual healthcare report. Arrived at my office, stacks of paper underneath my ear. Arrived with stacks of lots of paper. Mr. President. He put a mantle of paper on my desk. It made a sound loud thud. I know this seems like a lot, just a little bit. Reviewing it shouldn't take more than a day. You're mad, or maybe 2. That sounds just great. They contain important information about the state of our healthcare, salary, spending, hospital talks, whatever you like. Okay, we can go through this together. Can't you just summarise? Can't you? Of course. With the salary. It's holding, so we've concluded a report for the year. Our service hasn't necessarily gotten better compared to last year's. We've missed several funding opportunities to expand our services in the country, leading to several issues being unresolved. How can it succeed given all the resources? We need to do better. Anybody can succeed when given the resources. We need to do better. Don't blame yourself. My decision. This is trying to review things where possible, even in this situation, I'll assure you. But as you can see, it hasn't been the best year for us at all. We better get to the bottom of it. I'll do whatever I can. Clear this throat. Now that I've given you the short summary, this is important. There is a very important matter to discuss. Leaning over his briefcase, he pulled out a tan-coloured package. The package was stamped with the big red letters that read confidential. Pascal opened the package and brought out a few documents, handed them over to me. Take a look. Okay. This worries me somewhat. Oh, weren't the Rumberg creating nukes as well, the last one, I just remembered. It's a report from Ministry of Health. Each page was stamped on it for the President's eyes only. Polio outbreak in Bergia. Oh dear. How bad is it? For now it seems to be under control. We have put a few villages under quarantine. The total number affected is 1,467 deaths, therefore 23. That's how bad what's going on in the world at the moment. If we have more outbreaks, the results will be terrible. We are not where we could have been in terms of our healthcare funding. With what we currently have, I'm afraid it might not be enough to curb the infection ratio. Oh God, this is a very serious matter. I'm afraid the lives of Sordland citizens are at stake. The attitude and red act will succeed in that. What have I just promised to do? There's a cure. The vaccination was recently invented in New Zealand by a doctor, and the formula has been made available free to the entire world. No matter what the people think about Ithaca attempting a case here, we'll be paying the price for it. Oh, this is worrying. unfortunately, because of the state, I've got funding, we don't have the required materials, we don't even have the capability to produce a vaccine locally. If to buy it, it will be costly, nothing comes before health. Death, he said infection will under quarantine, I'm going to approve. Minus some government budgets. Yeah, whatever, go on them. Immediately. Proving you're likely to settle my eyes right away, Mr. President. I'm afraid. Make as input nationwide. Okay. 8. Absolutely necessary. Yeah, I might be jumping the gun on this one, I think, but you never know. Immediately. Got from his seat. Okay. Budget's gone down by 4. Country view overview is updated. Welfare, mandatory vaccination. Okay, done it. Something to read there. There's no bit to look at. Nope. Okay. What was it here? Swedish housewives have turned out in record numbers to protest ordering general quality in education. With Mayor Curtin Leicester's administrators providing protests with permits and security staff. Okay. We want to give you equal rights and you will have them. Okay, where do we start? I'm going to skip that for the time being. Fair Trade Commission released that open in Wholesale today and began coordinating with the Central Bank, the National Business Council and the Ministry of Economy to get analysis of the competition news and potential regulation legislation. The effort to bring fairness to trade commerce in Sordland is led by visionary small business owner Sue. Okay. Marvellous. What else we got? Press of has begun, started the removal of... Excellent. Excellent. Probably not the wisest thing I've decided to do, but excellent. Right, here we go. What's this then? Passing amendment is ordered to increase tax revenue and reduce excessive amount of tobacco consumption in general populace. I'm signing it. Plus we'll get our money back. Excellent. Time to smoke less. Yep. Smokers taxed. Completely agree with that. We immediately get our epidemic prevented, tobacco consumption reduced. Perfect. Well, we've got over here to look at next. Anything up here to look at before we go down there? Let's put off looking at that exclamation mark for a little bit longer, because it normally means more. Here we are. Right. Oh, what's this one? The movement's rally on Anschgraf anniversary is about to begin in Esmond. The Bloodish movement is holding the largest rally to display their demands, and the administration can get us to support the event with our armoured convoy. Tend to support. Yes, everyone will be getting. After making a step to meet the governor of Bergia, we have finally arrived at the ancient walled city of Suzerain. More than 2 decades ago, the city gained popular importance for the Bloodish people due to the Azar incident, which was the reason for our visit. It was the anniversary of the Azar incident. The bloody protest occurred in 1933. It is largely regarded as one of the foundational moments of the Bloodish movement. The Sordland project was proposed as a long solution to the energy problem. It was a site on an old Bloodish village of Sordland, which was planned to be evacuated and raised for the dam. The other construction site led to a series of protests of local populace. The protesters managed to block the construction and continued their protest for 10 days. On the 7th day, the group of military personnel arrived at the scene as a reaction to the protests increasing. So, as on the 10th day of the protest, a villager elder named Watini Ashgraf was shot by one of the soldiers. That caused the protest to turn violent. According to the radical, the entire group of protesters were killed that day by groups of soldiers ordered by Tarquin himself. His arm was raised to the ground. Okay, so basically, state including one resulted in persecuting thousands of British people. Alright, so basically, we were at fault for this, if I think so myself. Just blocks away from the currently under Lake Salt, together with the ruins of the sunken city. Into the outer city between the buildings, our convoy barely hit the old streets, disrupting local traffic. This is where we get killed. Concern, we drove to the square. Must says good decision. This will help ease the tensions. I hope you're alright, mate. Yeah, I am as well, actually. I am concerned. Half today, it will be worth it. I can hear the crowd. I can hear shouts. Listen, close the window. Leaves close to the window, listen to their voices. Seem to be chanting, Yokal Blooderet. I believe that's free blood, yeah, or bloodish, or something of that sort. We approach a large crowd. At some describe they like. Probably at least 10,000 people. Vehicle going to stop. Open the door for me. We gather to greet. Like he wore a coat over his suit. Who's he? Thordis politician of bloodish descent. Okay, he wore a coat over his suit and turquoise stripes of the bloodish movement's flag. He moved to greet us. Welcome to Suzerain, Mr. President. Raise a hand in a slight display of unity. Started to clapping. Welcome, we shall move into the sanctuary then. Let's go. The square. A small replica of the arch sanctuary dead. This building emanated a mystical aura due to its age. Blackened walls. We entered the building through the ornamented large metal gates. We walked. As we walked, the noise of the crowd started to fade. Everyone started to get quiet for the ceremony. Thousands of candles were burning inside the sanctuary, one for each person who died in Nizam. The red candle in the middle for this fella. 2 candles, pick up a candle. Do I pick up the red one? Let's pick up the red one. Candles start. There's no atmosphere outside. They're completely silent. Hundreds of people joined us. When we arrived, he pointed at a huge standing torches with the gravestone. Light the torch, let's do it together. I was a sheer amount of people following us, looking at me, waiting to hear what I had to say. Brothers and sisters, let's start with that one. Lost their lives. I'm not standing here. The attempts divided our people stand as one with our sword, with our blood, with our knight as under one flag. I share your 100 and move, blimey. Tell me one thing, I dream of Sordland, 2 nights of... God, remember the words, love thy brothers, love thy sisters. Yeah. Let's do let this be a testament to our unity, future good and will stand together as blood and sword. Okay, I'm really stressed doing this at the moment, because I don't know what's going to happen. I need help from each other and every one of you to make this country a better place. This once falls on our shoulders because we don't have anyone but each other. Yes, that seems quite... Morning will come. As to me, I must admit that was a good speech. Thank you. Handshake. Hug him. Yeah. Good. So now brave enough to come as we're into post Brexit. I don't hope to start of a new era. Thank you. Time to go. Convoy. Ever the practical. Time will tell. Let's get the hell out of here. Vehicles. That seemed to go well, that did. Okay, yep, that's... Yep, okay, on news article, we've got some to deal down there. Okay, so I'm just having a... It's Sunday night when I'm recording this, so I'm having a kind of Coors Light, which is box under lager really, because I've not got any nice beer left, so the kind of Coors. Okay, right, anyway. I digress. I'm just distracting myself to take on the next difficult set of questions. Right, nothing above this one. So let's... News article first. Radical. Country with attendance. Okay, Radical like me for that. Wow, it's a change. I walked to the White Room with a cup of coffee in my hand. I had a meeting with the Vice President of the current political situation. He stood up. Morning, Anton. That's the current political situation. Mr. Wells reported to me that he almost concluded the plan for the next step we can take for improving the economy. He wants to solidify the plan. He scheduled a meeting to go over their opinions. Click on missing depends on it. Yep. Hold up with the documents. This is all for was a quick update. That was a quick update. Immediately, if anything changed, tell me. Yep, of course. I'll have to attend my next meeting. Okay. God, everything's popped up now. God, it's all over the place. Okay, let's go to the news articles first. Okay. Government imposed mandatory vaccine policy. I don't care about you. 130 Banffy protests. Okay. Shocking terror attack. Government opened randomly protests in Morna. Ooh, that's not good. Narwhal bloodbath. Violence ramping up. A group of 3 men ambushed the police with lionized, turning the police resting out to a bloodbath. Oh God. Winds of change in Capital Park. That's about to turn. Okay, nothing to see there. Let's start from here and work our way along. Protester in Valiant Banff, a man was killed by security forces carrying a picket sign with a flash electrical device on it. Especially the bomb on inspection found to be a simple flashing light. After the incident, protests surrounded the police. Six police were injured. Okay, yeah, that was just kind of not good. During protests in Morna, gunfire opened fire randomly to the car with the KA-74. The attacker was killed on the spot. Death toll was 50. Good God. Hiding weapon under a bagel stand. I hope that's just some lone lunatic, but I very much doubt it. What's going over here now? Police deployed to Normal yesterday to increasing violent protests, confronted with a crowd of 6 members of the force were killed in an knife attack. Griffith ran away. Oh, great. I wonder how much Rumba's got to do with that. Let's go this one first. Polio disease. Health is submitting heartening report. It states that polio disease is controlled inside Bergie. He stated that we have flattened the curve of infection in Bergie region. With a mandatory vaccine, it will be hard for the disease to spread. Good. Has parallels to what's going on in the world today, that does. Long-line citizens are expected to be administered the polio vaccine. There is some resentment with the citizens in the cities that disease is not yet reached. Most of the people in Bergie are happy that it is under control. Good. Right, now what? A quick look at the other regions. Nobody outside will speak to us. Okay, also, let's go. A group of individuals associated with the Labour Union of Sordland have started a protest in Capital Park. So far, there is largely peace. However, we've detected a possibility of this protest group might be infiltrated by vandals. The cordon put area off in case it gets nasty. Okay, now what? Took a seat. Essentially, she didn't talk her first, she fixed with a steady gaze. Mr. President, we have a problem. Like what? Take a look at the report. I took the documents, started reading it. The report was titled Protesting Major Cities. I looked immediately and Lydia gave me a grim nod of confirmation. Protests have been erupting all over Sordland. They're protesting you, Mr. President. They are asking for your resignation. However, it's a sheer size of it, it's a sheer level of violence. Already. Doing a circus. We're on it. Now tell us what you know so far. Knock on the door, came waiting, dancing, clearly out of breath. Oh, that's me. Status report. Sorry for being late. Hershen, do you have any updates? Do you know the process of organisations like Holsword, Lackover and Dye and many more? Market gear. 8 policemen have been killed. It is clear asking quickly. Deeds we found red youth members. And yet some of these groups will be banned by decree. Here's the ban the President's resignation. Now the President resigned. Yeah, well, there's what to say. Look like investigate someone protest, compiled a list of complaints. I will go through it. Hence are around the overall recession. Thanks to the media, we're under fire for showing support the Ashgrove anniversary. Tied to political causes. Immediately, a protest getting more violent already. We're risking a civil war. If I can't fight against my people, set up a meeting with their spokesman Lawless and set demands. Catch ringleaders sabotage our plans. Ooh. I'm not going to speak to him because that's just like, I'm not going to speak to him. Catch ringleaders sabotage our plans. Keep me in the loop. To do. Good luck. I believe you only won't like that way, do you? President. Okay. Economy's tanked again. We had a nice little kicker from the lesbian Arcasia deal. That's all gone to pot now. Heroes at work. Mobilised. Okay. Right. Lack of security due to the period of state of evil calls for drastic measures proposed by the majority of the GNA. Allows use of force whenever deemed necessary. Sector orders the suspicion based on arrest. Confiscation can occur without warrants. Allows to use. Okay. Ew. I'm not sure I like the sound of this. The lack of security due to a period of social upheaval calls for drastic measures proposed by a majority of the GNA. Oh god, let's just do it. I might have just signed my own death warrant, but there you go. Oh, there you go. Is okay. Continue. Alrighty, okay. Alright, let's go crack on then. Chapter 4, Checkmate. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of that at all. Right. God, the economy's absolutely tanked. I thought we were on the right track with that trade agreement with Lesbia, but it seems to have doesn't have an effect. Okay, that's what the news say. Geopolitical address. Initiative in fighting between law enforcement locals and Island. Massacre. Oh Jesus. Living of islands betrayed the conflict, the national struggle. Oh God. That's what's going to kick everything off, is what's going on over here. Because if I've understood that they're a lot more powerful than they are. Oh well. And if that kicks off, they could get involved, and then we're all in trouble. Nothing else to look at. Okay. Come on, let's crack on with this then. End day out at home. Another grueling day at work. A guard on my head, walked to the car in the dark. The car was cold and last minute means right. She dropped a DM at her friends and left some food reheating. I took the pot out of the fridge and it was filled with an unidentified greyish looking stew. Yep, reheat the stew. What a pizza, reheat the stew. I like that. Excellent. Excellent. I'll be the first casualty of a political career. Fixing myself a drink. Through the phone line. Going back to cancel it. Suzerain. Right, Diana's going to have to fit. She gets rid of the girls' undercut classes. Long silence. Oh, I've got the record you sent me. Not bad for all folks music. Glad you liked it. Doing same as ever. Up there. How's school going? Starting to seem someone. Ooh. She liked. She's a mid-bloodish actually. Parents big supporters of yours. I like her already. Next week. Dinner's burning. Both hung up. Dove turned off. Was charred. This part of the mystery stew was still salvageable. We'll get home. Okay. Right. As ever, let's look at news articles first. Country's been updated. Economy. Improved transport links. That does have. Let's have a look. Whole sword. Of course, Sordland. So become the first president. Sordland candidates have delivered their speeches, rallies. Okay. Kyoto Authority. How shall I solve? Oh God, yeah, I might have made a mistake on that one. Oh well. That is the economy. Alright, let's get to little articles first, then come back to that. Onto the big one. Police, since the deployment of the police forces combat arrest many attacks, okay, the emergency ambushes are rampant. Security forces are being pushed back. Less reinforcements are provided. Right, so the situation's gone out of control of the remote cities. Okay. Fair Trade. The Fair Trade Commission has begun working in assessing existing trade regulations and unfairness. We've got new trade regulations, balanced import and export. Okay. Record number of female students on the Sordland education system. That's good. Cool. That's what I like to see. If we survive long enough to actually see it come to fruition, which I very much doubt we will do. Putting an end to propaganda stories across the schools. Whole picture have been confiscated. Yep, I don't care. That old man cost me the renewed constitution. Well, what's this now? The new proposed bill will amend Section 3 of the United Illegal Transactions Act that allow legislation of transactions that occurred in non-registered businesses or other entities like single persons. If pot has delivered accurate documentation to the financial authority, this creates a legal loophole for prosecution. Human Dignity Bill will protect common decency and prevent violation of moral principles that occur in the act of prosecution, making it an illegal offence. Oh God. Sign it, I suppose. Well, yeah. I might. Okay, I suppose. Press like it, I suppose. If I was completely heartless, I'd go like a keep press up, can't you? Now what? Discussion into internal affairs. Another storm in the office. I straightened myself on the sofa. Raised my head, looked at Collie, was sitting on the couch across from me, ready to give me a report on the operation of the police. We began. Unfortunately, there have been some casualties on both sides. Most peaceful protesters have been hiding inside their homes since armed attacks started occurring between militants and police. We're being ambushed by small groups of armed militants, and remote situations getting outside our control. How the hell did you I know there's an excuse for what I said, but I'll make nothing like this happens again. Was there anything else? That's it for now, sir. I'll get going. Oh, okay. Economy's tanked again. There's an up here to look at. Nope. Well, let's go start over there first. Alone one building war plane violated our FX entering territory for 2 minutes after issuing a radio message. Okay, it's Lundberg's causing the problems. That's another here. What was the message? You're not telling what the message was. News article first. More heroes at work stuff. Geopolitical. Vagsland blockades Hedgeland. Look at the middle of this. There's a strong historical group of Vagsland. Okay, that's just not mental, that is. You have to tell what the radio message was. It just shot across our bow. Okay, what? Military. I generally seem to be ignoring reports and resisting to our commands. Marvellous, just what I need. Some proposing amendments to improve fairness of taxation, increase tax ranges. Section sets out 50% tax rate which will be imposed on items of luxury goods classed by the Minister of the Economy. Yes, sign it. Increased budgets. Tax. Sign it. Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, luxury is now taxable. Okay. I just don't see how I'm going to survive. I really don't. Everything's going to pot very, very quickly. I just don't see how I can survive doing it. Okay, here we go. Emergency call. Look, in the middle of the night, we call from Ministry of Defence due to sensitive information. I had to be briefed in person. They're waiting for me. Car. That word. Arrived. Above them, war room. Latest video screen. Some devices. Blah blah blah. There's a round table. Coats all engraved on it. David, Lisa, and Vulcan, and Seth were already deep in discussion. I can advise going to war wouldn't help anyone. Peace. I need someone to keep at all costs. Don't do nothing. Testing us. We must respond immediately to what exactly? Yeah, go on. The situation. Vulcan, please go ahead and provide your report. But 2 minutes ago, Lundberg downed one of our planes with anti-aircraft fire from the ground. The pilots declared killed in action. Position was placed inside the Swedish airspace. Hence, we're absolutely sure this is the case. Happening on our borders. From the airbase. Question, we're absolutely sure we can see on the map that plane was down approximately 10 kilometres inside our borders. We have calculated the trajectory of the gunfire and they started fire on our plane from our border. The plane was down near Halgan. How dare they? I just we need to be calm. We must maintain peace. They're trying to like throw our laws into a trap. Natural law. We should attack and down one of their planes of retaliation. Those who look weak and they'll lead more casualties. I tend to agree. I can't agree with them. Immediately. I agree with the general. Army's ready to do whatever it takes to protect Sordland. President, what are your orders? Start the war machine, prepare to invade Lundberg. They will pay for their crimes. Will retaliate with equal force, display strength. Will approach is dogmatic. Ready to escape by. I could tell I've had enough of them. Very well. Each one needs to be extremely careful. It's a region. To prevent a war at all costs, I'm saying someone who lived through too many wars of years. I wanted. We will send a strong message. A target near the border. Immediately. Orders, enough to be saluted. I'll win the paperwork. Sign off the operation. Okay. Have I just started a war? Strength. This one we should work. I am with us on this one. We should work well as I determined, and it will come in handy. The escalate situation. That's a good idea. Protect without causing any ruckus. Next, organise a military parade. Understood. Situation. Hopefully I've just started. Have I just started a war? I don't really know. Okay. Plane shot down. Okay. All of a sudden, everything is ramping up, and everything's sticking to watch. A meeting. I knew the matter must have been serious. He insisted. Wait. So we did. Into the room. Then became a fast record. What's going on? Welcome everyone. Everyone to visit for this meeting. We've received an info on my case yet. They are requesting a state visit. During the current climate, it's not to see what this is about. Trying to extend its influence after all, they will work like to invite us to join. Well, of course, there's a lot we could gain from this. There's a lot we can gain from this visit. Are you out of your mind? Let him continue. Consider accepting this. I bet he will come ask us for cooperation with the guys of enforcing their demands to join NATO. This will antagonize hot off the wood against us. We are going to be forefront of the battle. If you're approaching this from the perspective of national defence, then don't. We are better shape than we have ever been before. Of anyone. Let's see what he wants first. I will decide when I talk. To him. Careful, I agree. We rely on a lot of years. You expect a field-proven track record. Yes. Attention, screwed by Mr. President. I'm worried about the future. One misstep and the whole world could be engulfed in chaos. I'm afraid it might not be possible to stay neutral in this case. Our political position is simply too important. If we don't pick a side, we may end up in the middle of a potential conflict. This we can't miss. It pulls down to your decision, but at least we listen to what he's got to say. Fair enough. What does Lucian want to say? Yeah, got to accept the offer. I think we've got to talk to him immediately. Yeah, let's do a military. Today, thanks for attending. As well, might be drawn over recent decades. What about the future? What about the future? We're about to start a world war, or whatever it is on this little map. So let's get it. So they'll be on our side. We're not sure about them. They won't be, and I don't know about them. But we need We need allies against that lot there. Anyway. More things. Religion, welfare, alcohol consumption is reduced, crime curbed, good. We've got a budget of 0, which is better than it's been for a while. State visit. President of Acacia, head of ATO, came to the car smiling, waving. Not every day the Acacian president comes to Sordland. Lined up soldiers for all place for above head, painting the sky with the colours of the Swedish flag. Stepped in the carpet, all our soldiers steps from the sharp salute, customary gunshots were fired, trumpets started by soldiers march. Midway, I was reaching distance from the most powerful men in the world. Bad kiss and second, longer than I liked. Getting jealous a little bit there, are we? Mr. Rayne, if I told you I'd elderly wife, I would have come sooner. Charmed, Mr. Rayne. Oh my, thank you, Mr. Walker. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure little mice, mommy git. Hope your wife and family as well. Unfortunately, couldn't make it here today. Mr. President, it's so good to finally meet you. We shook hands. Good to meet you. Beautiful. I went to entrance. We stopped in front of the General Varkan, who was in charge of the troops. General. Saluted Varkan soldiers, they saluted back. As soon as the spectrum was finished, we entered the palace. Mr. President, well, I think we are prepared to go to war with me instead. He laughed. Laugh as well. We started walk towards the reception. I have absolutely no clue what to do, and I don't know where this is going to go. We need money for the economy. Grand interior. You're going to go to crowd inside various politician state figures. Upon entry, we started clapping. Dry meetings were handed to both of us. Everyone that's a warm call to our guest of honour. President Walker. People start clapping, saying, Mr. President Rayne, they're good to be here. For the warm welcome. The band started by jazz band, mingling with the crowd, but some chatting, pressures and Suzerain. Can I call you Monica? So of course, okay, if I can call you Dwight. Later, as I third martini, and I heard a whistle, I turned to see Monica dancing. Nicholas wasn't Walker, in the room, raised. Finish your martini. Okay. Moving forward. You're awful surprised. Thank you, Mr. Walker. Mr. Rayne, you're one lucky guy. I know I cherish every moment of it. I don't like this guy. I don't like him one little bit. Okay, let's take 2 minutes to compose myself. Okay. The President and I swapped our drinks for Eloy Maroon, 30 years old. I knew a special shop. Drinks and we went downstairs to the basement. Music fades. Off here. Cool. We took a seat, followed a seat. 2 cigars. I don't smoke. Yes, I'm sure. No. Yeah, exactly. Relax, this is a scandal. I'm not a reporter. I made out of a. I used to a certain couple of people in prison, couple of people silence. You know the drill. Blimey. Never met her before. And Valglandian whiskey, if I can even say it. It's more. I mean, whiskies are a little more like a bit like countries. Some are stronger, some are weaker, some are older, some are younger. Many more are complex, but sometimes simple is best. I personally like stronger whiskies in general, that's why I like this one. Yes, it's definitely promising. Whatever the drink, in the end, it boils down to your taste. I assure Mr. President, this taste is very refined. Okay. I like strong whiskies. Let's go with that one. I'm not playing this little game. Yeah. You know why I'm here. Can offer. I'm listening. Good. Listen closely. Times are changing, and so is the balance of the world. Soon, instead of a fractured world, you will see a more united world. There is us 8-0 against them. I want you by my side, the winning side. A friend of less experience, a friend of ours as well. If you accept, I'd like to send a warm welcome to a full member status. Of course, come along with privileges and responsibilities. You see, I personally got nothing, but I've got no problem with that because it makes perfect sense. Join us, Mr. Rayne, and return back here to soldiers, deathfires, whatever you like. During peacetime, you will see that actually there's more a combined production output will benefit best sold than NATO. We will have a free traders agreements, free visa access, investments, you name it. All asking to is mutual loyalty to one another in the pact. Soldier and forces will innovate a military structure. All branches of it will collaborate with the alliance network, will provide assistance and train for free. Fight together and be stronger. Yeah, the communist, basically. And is that all you ask? I suspect some more demands. Oh God, I'm gonna say yeah. To here, on the ships, that's better. Okay, let's survey. Okay, I've just joined the Alliance Against Communists. Splendid. Someone would take John to 8-0. Principal would know effect on 6 during the entire days. Did or power decision. Me. Yeah, I don't care about the army. I've got the way. Join us 8-0. It's got to be good for the economy. Let's just have a quick look on here. Diplomacy. We've got Keynesian military support, Keynesian influence. We're embargoed by United Cantana, not bothered. I'm not bothered about keeping any weapon. I'm more just kind of survive, really. Late night at the Rayne household. He's presenting the bill. Suzerain presented the bill only for it to fail. I'm not surprised it wouldn't fail though. So there, I heard someone to the room. I'm home. Yeah, Sakara, Secretary to winning goddamn assembly pricks ruined it all, and you could have invited me to commiseration section. Casta Diana. Yeah. You stay in office. Yeah, really. That's where the real politics begin. Promote strategy and next steps in Women's Rights Bill. Okay. How long is the next election? Country overview has been updated. Military. 8 officers are working closely with our generals to share modern strategy tactics. Hopefully that'll make them a bit happier. Investment from Arcacia. Increased trade volumes. Alright, let's see the 7 news articles. Parade ever. Yeah, parade. Armed groups declare war against the state. Workers' Party leader poisoned. Deadly ambush in Gen. More problems. Radical. Geopolitical. Sordland shoots down Bloomberg plane retaliation. We're playing based this Bloomberg jet. Okay. Let's have around Bloomberg. Okay, Radland increases. Port has increased its presence along our shore, particularly the Grey Strait is already massively patrolling Murky Sea. Intelligence, installing defensive systems. Okay, we're heading to war. Splendid. Alright, let's go up here now. was shot down by anti-aircraft. According to the General Staff, plane was found in Hagen inside the switchboard and did not retreat upon warning. Promptly shot it down. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. An interview for the presidency. Yes, look at all the questions. Okay. Right. Where are we? Okay. Navy in full force Spartan hit. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, but their Navy's far more powerful than ours, isn't it? Yeah, I think. Alright, here we go. Election is fast approaching, and a massive election campaign has ever taken place. Use more of my personal wealth, which I don't really have. I don't really have a lot of personal wealth anymore. Okay, let's not do that for time. That's what I've got to do. Look at that. Okay. Right. Because I'm only doing one of these episodes a week, and what I'm probably going to take a break for a little bit. Take a break for half an hour, personally myself, because I've been talking a lot, and I'm going to come back. So I'm going to take a little break. So if it looks like I've just cutting it, it's because I'm taking a break. Have a drink, have some tea, and come back again. Alright, so I'll be back in approximately your time in about 5 seconds. In my time, about half an hour anyway. I'm just going to pause it here for a little bit. So if you want to go get a toilet break, go ahead, whatever you want to do, and I'll be back anyway. I'm making this over complicated, aren't I, really? I'll see you in a bit. Hi everybody. Alright, we're back. Well, for you it's about 5 seconds. For me it's actually the following evening. But anyway, we're back now. So where did we leave it? Yeah, I realised when I stopped last night, well for you guys about 5 seconds ago, I realised it was actually quite late and I was actually quite tired, so I thought I'll leave it for the following evening. But anyway, you really don't need to know all of that, but anyway. Where did we leave it? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, of course we joined ATO, haven't we? And election speech at the UHP HQ. Okay, we'll get re-elected as well. The sun was starting to peek through the blinds of my suite in the Grand Chout Total in Enrica. I hadn't slept all night. I was too busy thinking about how I would run my party's conservative base. The fact that they actually let me stand for elections was a bonus. I was just pulling on my clothes when two soft sharp knocks at the door. It's Lucian. Good morning, sir. Morning, Lucian. Lucian sat down, pulled a piece of paper from his jacket pocket. I just thought I'd drop off some talking points for your speech today. Much appreciated. No trouble at all. Are you sure you can take them before he's ready to hit the campaign trail again? I'm ready if you are, Mr. President. I'll see you at the rally. I almost forgot the Archpriest of Dyer couldn't be present today, but he wanted to relay a massive support to you and your family. Yeah, that's when I made a mess of that whole survey type thing. Even though I photographed what I did, I still got the bloody thing wrong. But anyway, what did he say? I bless the rains down in Enrica. I don't like the sound of that. There's something about that. I don't like the sound of that. Lucian left the room. I finished putting on my tie and reread my notes for the morning speech. A few hours later I'd be waiting in the wings of the North Sword Auditorium in Enrica and an audience of several thousand of my conservative supporters. Behind the podium hung a Swordish flag and a bright banner that read Yorland, Marland, Sword. Which way do we go with this one? Victory is close, peace, prosperity and the Swordish way. Yorland, Myland, Sordland. Yeah, that'll do. Everyone cheered as I walked on stage, though Mayor Curtin Lest was now part of the opposition as a member of the NFP. I'm trying to remember what we had with him. Okay. And he's joined the National Front. Well, the National Front, the National Front. Excellent. Okay. Peter gave a short speech introducing me, then it was my turn. I stepped behind the pen, took a deep breath. Sons and daughters, let's go brothers and sisters, that's what we normally say. Past 3.5 years, we've seen our country, we're getting to the end of the game here, I think. Past 2.5 years, as been tested again and again. Half years, my enemies have tried to destroy me and this fine country. Yeah, let's go with that country. Yes, I stand before you now, ready to pledge myself to God and to Sordland yet again. You are stronger than ever. With my election, I'll finish pulling Sordland's economy out of the depths of recession. I've begun to fix these economic decisions of my predecessors. Let's go with that one. That's not Conservatives. Let's not go after the old guard. So our militant secretaries I promise I'll law and order. Yeah, let's go with law and order. I will continue to defend Sordland against threats, whether internal or external. I will continue to seek. Oh, let's go with that one. Let's not touch that one. I remain committed to stamping out the corruption that plagues soldier corporations far too long. Okay. Thunderous applause erupted. Sordland has changed. Let's not say that. There's been tremendous progress made in this term. There's more to come, I promise you. There's no way we can lose. I've devoted unprecedented amounts of effort towards making Sordland's economy the best in the world. We will not lose. More to come. We should lead into. Let's go with that one. We will form a board to support us to make sure the morning finally comes. Upon its time, it begins right here and right now. Let's go with that one. Finish saying the saying as a stream was shot out of the cannons in front of me. My re-election campaign had officially begun. Okay. I'm not sure what happens once you go past the election. I've got no idea. That's if we get to that point. I'm surprised I've not been shot, assassinated or locked up yet. Okay, let's start. Right, newspapers, what they got to say. Well-funded Rayne campaign machine. Millions. Yeah. That is a brief and come. Oh God, let's not go with that yet. That's just another depressing meeting. Armoured cars. Some nearby. Turned to be overwhelmed and as a unit. The Colonel Division battle formation attacked the right with tanks APC. Bloody hell. They advised to treat the writers as they were banded enemies of the state. Okay. That sounds a bit nasty. Let's have a look what's going on here then. And more protesters were beaten. Yeah, okay. It's good, yeah, okay. Basically we're beating the living daylights out of protesters. Nice and democratic, don't you know? Vandals attacked the Art Sanctuary, set it on fire. That's escalating. That's not great. So it is. Okay. Alright, more riots. Red Youth attack on Gold Sword. Militants. Okay. I'm not surprised. You will have both Lumberg and United Cantana funding their own relevant people start causing trouble, so I'm not surprised we're getting all this bother. Right, okay, what's the writers destroy Riverby Historical Site. Okay. Armed revolters have discussed themselves in Crook has attacked several police. Okay. Okay then, it's all going to. Oh, we finished the airport. Young Source attack on Benfey. Held at gunpoint, blimey. Writers, cultural centre, H2, 6,000 writers. It's almost like we're descending into civil war here. Okay. Let's open a drink. I arrive. I arrive at the Ministry of the Economy. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted here. Yep, right. Okay, I open the door and enter the board meeting with Simon. We're sitting alone with a glass of water, documents like that before him. Good afternoon, Mr. President. Good to see you. Likewise, I stood up, took a seat, a knock was heard, and Peter entered the room. I hope I'm not late. Did you start yet? Let's begin. With a review for our entire term. I will be brief quickly on what I've done so far, just a refresher. Gesturing to begin. Gathered documents, piled in front of him, adjusted his glasses. From the pile, I produced 2 books and handed them over to us. For extra focus on the economy has resulted in small-scale positive growth. The extra resource allowed the ministry to optimise our plans as much as possible. It would be great if we follow up on the focus in the next term, and let's delve into more grain economic details now. More in-grain economic details. Please turn to page 5. Turn to page 5. Let's start off with our economic plan. I'd like to say that we're on track, but I can't. Our decision so far has been disruptive of our initial plan to go to a foreign market economy. Looks like we're going for a mixed approach instead, something in between a market and a planned economy. We have deviated from our plan. It's unfortunate we could not follow through. Circumstances are to blame. We need to be more adamant. Just pointing out the facts here. Let's move on with the report. Turn to 16. Titled Status of Trade and Effects of Foreign Policy. Yeah, that's not exactly gone well, really. I'll tell you that after. Oh, excellent. I'll take full credit for that. We're on the right path. We should keep at it and maximise potential. More trade means a vibrant economic growth. Although an argument can be made for it, we have started to become heavily reliant on other foreign economies. Unfortunate, but one way or another, we are on this path as a result of our decisions. Yep. Treatment, let's look ahead. We need to fix this here as soon as possible. Sordland can't be a nation that relies on others. You're right there. I don't see what is wrong with a little extra reliance on our allies and neighbours. We need to try and aim for a more balanced approach. Carefully consider this matter on our second term. Page 17. We are trying to fix this issue with our economic system. We went for a mixed approach. We didn't hold businesses above else, and we tried to answer requests for sorted citizens. The balance is delicate and fragile. Thankfully, the living standards are steadily increasing. We receive less and less complaints about our welfare systems, which means more votes. Exactly. Turn to page 34. We've lost value in terms of our production rates compared to last year's. This is one of our weakest points right now. We need to fix this as soon as possible. I need everyone on this next term. See you wish, I'll take note. Moving on to logistics. We have problems in terms of logistics in our country. The infrastructure is currently lacking in quality and quantity. We need to make new roads and improve already existing ones. There's rightful complaints from people and businesses. Ease of access means faster delivery and more vibrant internal economy after all. Yep. We are very close to the end. Now I want to talk a few numbers. Please turn to page 57. I've prepared a chart. Our inflation rate is currently at a high of 12%, up from 7%, which remains a lot to be desired. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stop the inflation. It's not the end of the world. We have done many good things within our term. That's right, after all, nothing more important than the well-being of our citizens. Agreed. How many questions so far? What's our debt situation? Debt is 428 billion SR, Sordland. Close to 227 billion SR beginning of the term. Well, basically is at where we started. Actually, it's a success as we inherit a recession. We prevented economic collapse. Yep. How are we doing with unemployment? Unemployment rate 6% is still the same. The change is mostly lack of investment in economic planning. GDP is 314 billion and back to where we started from 310 at the beginning of the term. Okay. The economy is similar to the latest 4 years on average. Economic capacity did not change much at all. Okay. So we didn't let the economy collapse, but we didn't expand or improve it. Highlight budget expenditure. The numbers I got to tell that. The numbers I got to tell overall we have been pretty conservative with the spending our government budget. It's good for us to think ahead, however, we shouldn't forget that money is not spent, it's just let's try reading that again, shall we? It's a good virtue to think ahead, however. We shouldn't forget that money that is not spent is just a piece of paper. That's out of the way. How we're doing with the recession, not good at all. Unfortunately, we weren't able to end the recession yet, however, we're not doing that bad. It could be way worse. We could have ended up like Alfonso. All the blame falls on your shoulder. Nope. Let's look future and try to fix mistakes. Yep. A team like this, I'm sure we'll get through this together. That's all meeting for today. Thanks for coming. Okay, it's not so bad. Economic development. Okay, what's happening there? That looks quite good. Okay, country overviews has been updated. Young source band, we know that. Economy, mixed economy. We're slowly getting rid of the reds. Mixed economy. Okay, alright. That's suddenly shot up. Alright, let's start from the top. Quick look around the other countries, see if anyone wants to chat to us. Nope. Anything over here? Where's the Mish? Where's it? It's there. So let's go down here then. Let's start with here then. Marcel contest horse advertising, the biggest advertising sort of to help with the election campaign. They will provide consultants work. Okay, good. Happy with that. Has welcomed General Luderin son into their midst as whole seeking Luderin back into politics is shocking many citizens. General Luderin famously organised a military coup against the former president, which had led to Saudi civil war. Mr. Cabinet has organised an event to appeal to his voter base. Okay. Anything up here? Right. I'm not looking forward to this. I don't know what I'm just not. 93% right campaign such approach. Friends wrecked on the People's Freedom and Justice Party are making waves in Lockhaven. Their campaign slogan "Vic for Everyone" covered the city after a campaign visit to the city. The FGB has been made. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Television interview. I'm not looking forward to this. So makeup could just finish our preparations for the interview. Lucian stopped me on the way out to the balcony of the mansion where the film crew was standing ready to start filming. Okay, honestly, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Trust me, I've done my best to make this happen. This is important for administration. Could I start filming? Mr. Saka is excited to interview you. As I explained before, it will be best to climb this interview offer. They are the most prestigious interview program in the world. And they are from K-Rut, the country is known for its neutrality. Okay. Yeah. I walked to the balcony and sat on the seat prepared for me directly in front of Mr. Saka. Welcome to one-to-one. I've got a one-on-one. I've got a bad feeling about this. I've got a very, very bad feeling about this. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you. Let's begin the latest incident between Sordland and Rumberg. Okay. An aircraft of the Sword Chef was shut down by Rumberg and anti-aircraft guns a few weeks ago. Officials from Rumbergian government proclaimed aircraft for flying inside the airspace of Rumberg. Just a few days after the incident, Swedish anti-aircraft guns did exactly the same thing and said exactly the same thing. Okay. Many argue this is not a coincidence. Swedish army acted intentionally. Their claim is nonsense. Our plane was shot down inside our borders. Why aren't you asking about the first attack? They started all this. Yeah, go on, let's deflect. Topic, but please, I'm the moderator here. Do you really believe these harassments could lead to an actual war? I wrote, we're willing to take not to create conflict. I set out this. I believe that that's what Wumberg wants. They've been working to get justification for such an action. If anyone would give them all, I hope not. We're willing to do what it takes not to create conflict. Yeah, I do. Let's just. This is occasion government commend. Now that Sordland's a member of NATO, do you think that would deter Wumberg creating conflict? That's not even a question. Queen Beatrice is not crazy enough to go against all NATO. Deter them from creating a war, but they will likely continue harassments in other ways. Yeah, let's keep the pressure on Wumberg. Expand your administration spies, although your secretary Wumberg has since denied all your claims. Okay. Yeah. Some also claim your secretary was involved in the same dealings with your vice president, which your administration didn't want to get out, so she became the scapegoat. These accusations, it was nonsense. We have evidence he was working for Wumberg. Her real name was. I just laugh at these baseless accusations. Let's just keep. No, let's not. Who's your secretary? You're right on your nose. First, I'm not responsible to some extent. Yep. Look at his satisfying response, but he stopped for a moment, took a brief look at his papers. Let's return back to your foreign policy. Conflict agent, that's not my foreign policy. I want to do with that. Not officially taking any sides with Magnolia and Vagland, you're right there. So far, you have refrained from making any statements about the conflict. Yesterday, Scandinavia has finally attacked the. Oh no. Today promised, as announced, that the island is indeed under an invasion. He said Vagslandian troops landed on the island. They've been asking for it though. What is and where will the role of Sordland in this conflict? And we'll have no role in this conflict. We're not taking any sides. Yep. As to control, as a peacekeeping force, yes, we can't let Mercury turn into a war zone. Yeah, as a peacekeeping force, fairly neutral answer. Okay, let's move on to another topic. Took place near borders near Welland. When Brzakic's forces partook in a massacre of bloody citizens as the guise of eliminating the Bloody Freedom Front. Suddenly decided to watch atrocities take place. In fact, you tightened your immigration laws. Yeah, that's going to go back to bite me. That's in Welland. It breaks my heart to see so many people die in Welland. Could we have done something? Definitely, but the conflict had nothing to do with us. Don't think anybody can blame Sordland for protecting its borders. Could we have done something? Definitely, but the conflict had nothing to do with us. Of course not, we had nothing to do with the conflict in Velen. Try saying idle. No, it's nothing to say we didn't even do anything. Idle. We are not responsible for what happened inside Wellen. You should ask these questions as a Smollett. Yeah, let's deflect. Come. Well, I won't accept any blame for criticism for the actions of our government. I think you should. Then I think you should. Yeah, go on. How about I don't you stop? Well, it seems like we have all the time we had today. Haven't shook hands. Thank you for available time, Mr. President. It was a pleasure. Right, thank you for coming to Sordland. And yep, he smiled. Of course, Mr. President. He soon walked to the director, started talking to him. I went inside the building. I don't think that went quite badly. I thought that went alright myself. Right, Monsoon Lake in the Codex. Codex. Right, why's Monsoon Lake gone into the Codex? Let's have a look. No, this is Lake as a. Yep, occupations class will be a mansion, we know that. Messi Lecky is back. Oh, here we are, this isn't it. Which we joined the party. Thought possibility. So that's the guy we met early on in the episode. Give him a big hug. Yeah, that's the guy. Okay, fine. No problems with that. Radical Raynomics improve our living standards. Wow. Is that the radical actually saying something nice about us? Wow. Thanks in the mud. Love you now. Yeah, condemn the evasion. But you've been asking for it. Yeah, they've got no chance. They're massively more powerful. Let's have a quick. What's going on over there? And I didn't focus on our navy because, you know, my concern is Rumberg up here. Right. Let's start here. Public opinion. Like, following up visit. There's outcry against President Rayne. President choices. Fine. That's obviously opposition country. Exempt family. Okay. There's poison nerve agent. Okay, that doesn't sound good either. According to reports, due to his condition of leadership workers budget party. Okay, it's gone to him. We know that from the newspapers. Early morning of the Rayne household. Went downstairs. Got his coffee, sat his bought a toast and sat in front to watch morning news. I changed channel to SBC News to look about my toast. I'm curious to see what President Rayne's response will be. For those who are turning late today, seems to be a rough day for administration. We have confirmation of that certainty of the leaks. It is nothing short of a major scandal that leads to impeachment of President Rayne. Oh, great. As per recent information, we see President Rayne's name is mentioned many times in these leaks. According to these documents, part of the... Oh god, I did that ages ago. Yeah. There's a remote to the TV, flipped the tab, turned off the TV. That's not good to. Oh god, that was way back right at... I knew that would come back and bite us. Right, let's just see what the news says. Corruption of Rayne revealed. Okay. Alright, the lies of Rayne. Okay, yeah, that's kind of okay. Alrighty then. Private meeting with Elias Graf. Self. Historic Graf Manor late and the outskirts of Avery at the end of the long winding drive. Private dinner just the two of us. I wasn't sure the motivations. Happy to escape chaos back in the whole sword. Knock. Gas lanterns, wood panel, glass lanterns. Yes, we're sitting on the stairs. I'm looking happy. Hang on, let's read down. Glass lanterns lent the wood panelled room a cosy orange glow. Elias was sitting on the sofa. Above her hung a nearly foot of a sallow, unhappy woman in a lace ball gown. Is that you? My mother, actually. The only child given birth left her medically unable to conceive. My father never forgave her for not bearing a son, and she never forgave me. Lovely. Hang on, me the other. Sounds like painful childhood memory. The silver lining is that, despite Percy despising me, they felt compelled to grant me all the advantages of a son. Would have any clean education, I needed to rise to my current position. Nice to, yeah. Given how your wife spends her time these days, I thought I might be in need of some cooked supper. Oh, well, okay. Speaking of which, she led me to the dining room where glitter chandelier hung from the high ceiling. Beneath it was a long table to a woman sat in an apron, chef's hat, was act by her appearance, so momentarily presented a roast of venison. Smells delicious. Shot it this morning. Lovely. This was the best meat I'd ever had. We ate it silently for a while, then Lizzie pensively laid down the cutlery. Anton, I want you to know that I have nothing but respect for you. Oh, but yeah. Given certain developments that occurred over the custom, I believe you're no longer fit to lead the United Sordland Party. I want to tell you first to know I'll be running I will run against you at the Party Congress. What the hell do you mean unfit? You played dumb with me. Mock out this country's constitution. This very constitution is keeping the nation safe from internal external threats. Yeah, oh dear me. Darkwing. Oh, that. Yeah. She's been the one that's been doing the leaks. How did you poison my food? Yeah, I don't eat those kinds of tricks to beat you. Actually, the Converse, I want to give you time because of backing me. I can't back down now. I want to do it then. Can't back down now, I understand. At least you tell me, but it's a shame to lose you, likewise. Okay. Alright then, we know where the leak's come from anyway. That's a problem. Running Codex on Lillian Graph. I never read Codex. There we go. Right, Codex through the Lillian Graph. Resolve in the cabinet. Mason interior. Ah! She's played me good and proper. She's played me absolutely good and proper. Ah, dear me. Right, okay, empty seat. Right, okay. Graph resigns. Graph throws in the towel. That's got it. Graph resigns. Okay. Oh no. Right, okay. Right, now where? Sordland's Minister General ISF Lankia is reporting that we've received supplies of new aircraft from NATO. According to his report, they have added the F-16 jets and Ventry Express VE-34 bombers to our Air Force. The new bombers have a bomb radar soft. Basically, they're going to some nice big shiny planes. Marvellous. Victory Avenue Military Parade. Military streets empties were blocked for military personnel. Resident parade stretched out. The hearth on both people on the sides of the road when soldiers have padded for the military parade. Slight short drive. Surge. He was wearing a decorate somebody output. He coded a saw. Almost ready. We'll depart right off the tank column. Good. Nodded. After book falling down to before he turned, a couple of pilots were doing preparation of the schedule and started walking in their direction. Private, can't you do your job properly? I watched young soldiers perform a lousy salute to ISAF. What is that salute, soldier? Watch. This is a real salute. He performed an excellent salute, but after his gunfights he walked back. Strict as ever. Hard habits die hard. Mr. President, Associate. Are you ready to part yet? Okay, first down the corridors. That's the planes too. Won't be so scared when they see this. Yes, Surge. Excited record they see the planes fly. More than 7th Artillery Squadron, I still never forgotten, I still took many of my friends for days as well. That you, sir. All over Sordland. Scum of an outpost. He turned to me. Remember those days? That's, yeah. The Relentless. We called him the Relentless. Good old days. We're here, sir. We exited Bill and walked over to the clearance where the black Cadillac, because the car was waiting. It's decorated properly for the event. On the way to the car, generals, everyone's lying both sides of the car. The atmosphere was immediately changed. Experienced men fought many times. Their country saluted. I saluted back with respectfully. Attaches, we stuck hands for proceeding. Going to the car to do. Yep. Started rolling. Even though there were many walls and trees in between the car and the crowd, I was able to defend the walls, cheering for the citizens. Tempo 12, 8 flew above. My soldiers, tank engines, takes out of my view. They were not the most modern models, however. They military might. I couldn't even finish my thought when the tanks broke down and had to be towed. Excellent. So I turned on the rest of the anyway. Okay. Wave. But looking the benches of the inland staff, I saw Torpor assault next to Van the Vulcan. Hard to tell, but he tipped his hat to me and I could swear he was smiling. To do a group of soldiers leading us to be passed by. Can you look to a military truck parked next to distance? Is that truck part of the trade? So Mr. President, I'm not aware why it's part of this bloody bomb, that's why. In the middle of the road, Buck parade is in front of us. Or something wrong. Attention watching. Serge picked up the radio. Seems to be a truck in the way. It's part of the schedule. He then jumped out the truck. They were pointing right at us. Search for it now. The car. Horrifying. Hit one of the soldiers about to crash into the truck in front of us. Hold on tightly. I've gained consciousness of the crash. Muffled screams from a crowd combined with the car horn. Brief gunfight ensued. As rushed over to the vehicle, my head was spinning, my head was ringing. Surgery's head leading against the wall, completely motionless. I froze. Emergency medical teams arrived and started examining me, confirming I had no injuries. I'm behind the potential car. Watched the last body from the car. Oh no, they killed Serge. They killed Serge. Oh no. Oh great, they've killed Serge. Okay, let's read the newspapers. Yep, okay. Suzerain fails. Decor. Tempt. Could be bloody anybody. This week, I've open investigation recent assassination of the police forces. I don't trust those I could throw in there. Parade report. I think reporting costed to further notice. Okay, looks like are we going to get to the election alive? Continue. Proceed to the next turn. Go on then. Will of the state. There's a little along your arms who wanted to shoot me at this moment in time. Okay, right. Well, let's read newspaper article first. Economy's going well all of a sudden. World leaders gather at Alliance of Nations, and is the issues in countries. Okay, that's nothing exciting. Right, let's have a look. They haven't gone to war yet. Right, yeah, okay. As your flight destination, according to data, Sordland 1 is being prepared for flight to Construm Kurut. Bring, okay. Surge. A grizzle came down. This came to stop at Soul Grand Cemetery. Lost track of how many funerals I had attended by now. Well, do driver had open. I forgot his name already. Oh, poor Serge. He offered to count my umbrella. I will hold my own umbrella. Under the watchful eyes of security officers, military rooms, I started walking amidst the gravestones. Final resting place of Serge Waltner. Yeah, the brave driver said the President massacre of his life. It was true. Security wouldn't permit a larger funeral. Walked up to Suzerain. I never met her in person before she was at her hands. And cried on my shoulder. Oh no. Wipe their tears, give them a hug. Yep. I'm almost sad. Oh no. Arrival. What his face is. Let's keep it nice and low key. I won't be able to find a single person who did not enjoy his company. His memory is engraved. No. He left us too soon. Death, revenge, I promise. Behind the full support of the government. Hero of Sordland. May his memory last forever. And each other to leave. Oh no, I'm genuinely sad at that. I'm genuinely sad at that. Oh no. I like Serge. In his life, what did they say? The driver, the bodyguard, government officials. Oh, I am genuinely sad at that. Okay. How can we turn that to our advantage? Okay. Yeah, that's flashing at me now. Serge Waltner. Okay. Things are getting serious. Local police escort. In Dermond, the building we met by Parliament, guided briefed on our procedures. The door entered. I think next to me, President General Sims denies open session with a sort of speak called session before. Jordan walked up to the podium and applauded. It's a pleasure to return to this podium. Got a low voice, that's crazy. So let's see how crazy this year's session will get. Since his speech, oh yeah, of course these are supposed drunk in him. Yeah, the message gave us encouragement and support to this organisation and vital role it plays. Of all the challenges he can meet in Macopia, and the whole world has fallen, one has grown larger and more imminent than any other. Effect of the so-called socialist states and the actions taken by the authoritarian rulers with regard to international law. And neither of us came from the table of Vaxland. I saw. Looks like the Chancellor's already mad. Keep watching. Today we need to come together as a leader of the free world that is more important than ever. This feeling of leadership of Paterna has been fueling vital and military still complex in its expansion its aims in eastern Macopia. They will turn a blind eye when the armies of Vegland occupied Headland, and they will not stop there. According to our intelligence reports, have made nuclear missiles. We're quickly. Oh Christ! Oh no, that doesn't bode well. So the Vagland have put nukes on Hedgeland. That one there. Even though it's hard to position, they recognise the early image of Helgeland. Sorry, I'm sorry for butchering the pronunciations. We demand the Chancellor speaks the truth as can see we evidence of the construction of silos. Yeah. If that's true, it's a threat to all of us. I don't expect them to be so quick after their operation. No, we can accept the installation of weapons of mass destruction in the middle of our Marquis and Sea. I agree with them. Dupan pounded his fists. We hereby call for immediate dismantling, withdrawal of the missiles and all of the offensive. Oh no. It's like the Cuban Missile Crisis, this is. But I can't remember which this game's end like the Cuban Missile Crisis. We invite all members of states to support our call for the resolution according to Article 11 of the Falanco Treaty, whatever that is. Well, most of the Western Copenhagen delegates were clapping, others either shouted protest, sat there in stony silence. Let us also not forget the recent events transpired in another state with socialist teachings, a state that wages war against its own citizens, keep listening. The purges that minorities in the country is again ignored large by the community. I guess I'd call it genocide. Welland violated our past treaties and mobilised their armed forces, deploying them close to our borders and authorising them to partake in massacres. Lesbia was affected not only by a large wave of refugees coming from Ireland, but by subsequent government sieges of all our companies that were active in the country. Oh, Christ. Yeah, okay. President Rayne waited for us to calm down, invited. Oh, this will be fun. At his sweep of his arms, he reached the podium. He fumbled the microphone for a few seconds. As he raised to. He then smiled at us mockingly as he raised the height of it. Yeah, so do I. Let's hope not. Slightly, Mr. President. He turned back and stared at all for seconds. Fellow delegates, it is true. Multitudes of challenges. In the midst of these challenges, the most powerful leaders gather here in Kerut. Make threats, promote hatred, spread lies. It is true, like this, we all want. Where is a growth of friendship? Where is unity? Due of the wars the West have fought on our soil, foreign troops occupied our territory and seized our valuable resources. Mind you that you stole all from our sacred soil, and they do not know when to stop. The 8 soldiers left, but their interference has never ceased. Their violent and rebel groups, other purposes to create terror inside our country. So, fellow delegates, don't expect about well and before you enlarge your votes in our civil war. True. It is well known that the tremendous tragedy of the Welland Civil War occasionally made a deal with the little container the troops along the removal of half our army. Not only did they weaken us, they left us alone facing genocidal fullness together with Rumburg. Okay, that's a little bit of a... Just like the delegate before me, I will show you some of the evidence of foreign interference. So forwards, I have clear evidence direct aid from Rumburg to the bloody freedom for the smuggled spy smuggling mercenary commanders. He's got, oh yeah, yeah. Agreement. These documents were published everywhere. Copies have been always sent to the affairs and lights of Rumburg, lights of nations. I expect regulars to assassinate investigates properly. Still leaves Welland behind, as they always done. It's been represented first no evidence of civilian massacres, minorities. Second, the operation is limited, not bloods in general. Third, we know the government is also implicated in funding. Okay, fourth estate, what is ours? As the right of any other country to determine. Orders, rather stand stronger, not ever. Bit cautious now. I still get here to read a report on the connections of the West. Our military keep going our civilization do what's right. It's peace, our people want peace, our counterparts support and understand. I'm glad I didn't make friends with him, he's a lunatic. Their proclamation free will and no death. Okay then. Particularly applause coming from the seats of the wicked nations. I don't know who they are. Oh, okay. We played a victim in Putty's stances will definitely earn sympathy from Wiccans. Most of the continent has not achieved stability after the gain of independence from the colonial suzerains. It's easy to forget there have been a few since revolutions. Himself, he saluted Wiccan delegates as he passed them. Who's this one? Agnolia, okay. This is exhausting. Okay. He was firing and clenching his fist. I could see him still trembling. Let's assembly and friends. It's time to honour. It is an honour to be with you today. I wish I could meet under different circumstances. Once again, the CSP nations, in particular Israel, have shown us they're willing to achieve their political aims. I will sadly say the world has left us alone. We were the first nation to propose proper cooperation with the Eastern Mercopan nations. Yet we have been threatened by Wagner's expansionism and nobody came to our side. Although Mr. Alvarez voiced his indirect support for us earlier in today's session, I can't keep myself from wondering where he was when our lands were under invasion by the very socialists he spoke about. So here I am, asking for the support of the fellow member states of the Alliance of Nations. Agnolia is under attack from Vagsland. I've had banging doors emerge from the table, delegates, all of them are pounding their fists on the table. Mr. President, please moderate this assembly. This is more than disrespectful. Back and forth shouting noise, settling noise, allowed Martin to continue. As we know, Helgeland, which has been territory of Agnolia for more than 3 decades, was invaded by Vagland in a sudden attack. Not did they unlawfully occupy land, they brought nuclear missiles to the island the moment our forces retreated. Malvinist terror surrounds us on all sides. We must not falter. I invite you all, member states, to find a resolution in accordance with Article 11 of the Falkana Treaty enforcing immediate dismantling of missiles on Helgeland. But to remind you, under Article 3 of the Ventry City Treaty, the Alliance of Nations must ensure the withdrawal of occupying forces of the island. I call the democratic world to action against the tyranny of Malvinism, authoritarianism, militarism, and extremism. Banging started again. Hegel stood up and approached Rostrum. You spineless jerk, unlucky of Acasian imperialism. This is going well. Nice, call for silence, start hitting the gravel. Keep listening. Bakes as a direct result of the capitalism of neo-colonial systems. Please, what is this? Might broke out in the assembly. After a few minutes, all the delegates convinced. I will sit down. I believe I don't need to speak more about the subject. Everything is clear as day. Mr. Hegel's actions speak volumes about the reality of Vagsland and their corrupt ideology. So, with the help of the Alliance of Nations soon. To left the assembly hall. Here we go. Just like these little comments. You're having fun, Mr. President. First of all, I want to extend a due welcome to new states from Vicar who have joined this organisation. For years against colonialism and imperialism, they see more in their membership right and majority they find represented in this assembly. As our numbers grow, more states represented at this stage are more close to find resolutions of the conflicts that plague us. It was unplugged for years for the revolution, still to go over imperialism. Now for masses have found their voice, the colonial powers and new finances turn against them. These powers did whatever they could to hamper our revolution. They don't want people to be heard. They are they're scared of a show with possibility of a better path. Of course they don't want us to succeed. We threaten the productivity that runs on the blood and sweat of the working classes. I know they started labelling us as aggressors. You put nukes on an island, mate. You can't get more aggressive than that. Yet we all know it is by the Arcasians who built military bases around Macopia. It's the ATO that formed the first form to fight against Malvinism. Malenivism. Keep watching. Is territorial intervention in the island is completely justified. City treaty, however, you're forgetting the Treaty of Constantium. Rights to intervene on behalf of our people are being oppressed and massacred by an Agnolian government because they don't recognise the appointed governor. They didn't get to elect one. We act in full accordance with the set called the treaty. If their side is to be blamed, it's a state which murders minorities. Legal missiles. No country in the world has a right to determine what type of weapons we import. If there's a conflict that the Alliance can resolve, let's start with the Acasian base on the Falkland Island, on the Falanco Island. Lesbia's been housing Acasian troops and missiles by their board for years, and non-member states have talked about it. Caucasian bases in Lesbia, and if the Alliance of Nations truly came down to the people's best interest at heart, they cannot stay silent about what did Helgeland and the pop-up yeah. Okay, got a point. Basically, we're to fight for suppression, colonial servitude, and after a few people everywhere. He said revolution will come, yes, it was an old Valglish. Swedish writes some words even written the same way. I'm going to respond with thunderous applause. To see. Oh, here we go. Lundberg now. What's this mad woman going to say? Saying a growing threat. Sordland. No longer Sordland craft. First capabilities are spotted inside our borders. Our planes. War now. Lundberg will do anything its power to defend itself in the interest of Sordland, likely upon something or not. Doing is very concerning. The traitors and given protection. Their president went as far as to blame our country for spying on its administration. Be these lies. Yeah, on my objection, wait till the Queen finished speaking. Proper intergovernmental investigation into Sordland. Alliance continues to shirk its intention to control small but it matters into its own hands. Important to point out, Rumble will not stand idly by. If more Canton Arcadian military can contain an Arcadian military. I transfer to copious eaters to choose their check on everybody. But I condemn for trying to influence our region for their military power. Professor wanted to just say. I'm looking forward to reading your report. I wonder what this so-called evidence is all about. That your slam does not work on us know that we are ready to die for our freedom. Not strong. Expect a grand awakening. Thank you. Grand awakening question mark. That sounds like a threat. Do I get time now? It's my turn now. Here we go. Oh, okay. Oh dear, okay. Fellow delegates, it is an honor to be here. Okay. We're going on guns blazing. Yes, kind of like that. This officer must appreciate what significant gathering is addressing. The speakers who preceded me have expressed concern about their problems. Dealers give birth to it. The who preceded me have expressed their concerns about their problems. We are too concerned about some of the problems. I'd like to expand on them. Yet we all know how often noble ideals embedded in a charter remain unfulfilled. Our concerns unheard. How often the noble ideals embodied in this charter remain unfulfilled and concerns unheard. Lights of nations. Our century is a century of struggle for freedom, a century of liberation from foreign occupation. From fear, not from poverty or starvation. I was first by now it is important than ever to set aside differences and unite against this charter. It's time to ask hard questions, and if this organisation is achieving any of its aims. Today we are confronted with a difficult choice. Our great achievements may either be used for the benefit or the detrimental of mankind. Yeah, that's basically going like may either be used for the benefit or the detriment of mankind. I'd like to address them. Not respond to any comments made today. Instead, I want to talk about our sponsors. Yes, cool. Let's go for it. Oh God, let's go after him. Go on, British people. Return. Sometimes together. No, we're going to P for Hedgeland. Install. Yep. Yep. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure the aggressor will never achieve their aims. And again. Now they respond. And you puppet off. Learn to have some respect. Here we go. She talked about hypothetical threat to our nation poses Berg's triple last decade. All threat has always been one with today's cause. It always wanted to have peace between our nations, yet we are yet being threatened by Lundberg. As for threat our nation poses again, while Lundberg's military has tripled in the last decade. Being Lundberg today is still the case. Which way to go with this one? Yeah, we are being threatened by Lundberg. Let's go with that one. It's from Lundberg that shot down aircraft and our airspace. We already defended our borders. It's a tragedy that we both made mistakes. It's evidence Lundberg has definitely been arming BFF in Sordland. Many militant Sordland are being financed and armed by Lundberg. Oh, let's just fucking chuck it all at him. Go on. We've had traitor Lundberg for blowing the whistle on the country's hidden nuclear facilities. Many nuclear systems must be properly investigated. I covered the support so and thank you for listening to our concerns. Okay, and I at the end can no longer fail to ignore the messages of enemies of peace. Peace and all stand for the rights of the people of Sordland and Macapia, just as those in other continents. If the right actions are not taken, cannot be any more population delay. They must adopt decisions. A delay. Peace in Macapia, peace in the world, and more. But let's just go with that one. Humbly, thank you. There we go. How was it? Was that a bad speech? You did well. Congratulate you on your election to this high office. Fellow friends, we must again request to bring peace and light into the world, even though some escape the darkness. Expanding its influence. Troubling to see a democratic nation of Macapia invaded by these Malvinist powers. Agil's occupation of Agland. Peace orders enjoyed since the century of evolution. Okay, yeah, okay. So a peacekeeping obligation had been tested. It's if we fail to counter and stop this threat, if we stand idly and build new weapons of hostility, then stable peace will be built will be world's downfall. The table. It's getting ridiculous. He's not even ashamed at his age. Despite his claims, his actions only bring about war. We believe that Kenya and Casey, together with their allies, could come to an understanding for our mutual benefit and desire to avoid destruction of the world. Keeps acting to complete disregard to international. The allies are forced to be taken and they impose their values on peoples of those lands. And if either of us is to be secure, we need peaceful cooperation, not nuclear missiles. Shows of naval spiritual invasions. If the leaders into Canton fail to demilitarize land with complete dismantling nuclear weapons withdrawal. Here we go. Here we go. We get into Cuban missile territory. We really are. In its hand. Me, promoted war of the Knights of Nations. Mr. Chancellor, please let me finish. We do not interrupt you when you are addressing the Assembly. This is quite tense, this is. Since about the threat of Lundberg, President Macapia, the speakers have presumably clearly shared tendencies arising. The reports of well Sordland are troubling. The representatives of both countries refer to K-74s being smuggled within their borders. Mr. Rayne has pointed out the construction of nuclear weapon in Rumberg. Our intelligence also confirms this. Arcadia and NATO will stand against aggressors on Rumberg. They're playing a dangerous game. They won't let bring ruin to Macopa and their own lands. I can believe that. Find a resolution to this conflict as well. If not, let it be in our case. We'll stand together with Sordland. Jesus. I doubt that. Clear support the Queen needs to be crazy to try to do anything. If they've got nukes, finally I propose Alliance of Nations undertake miracles on people of the world through rewriting and properly enforcing its human rights declaration. It can't survive as a static organisation. Its size and due to increasing numbers it has to adopt a changing world. But peace and rights do not rest in the hands of organisation alone. We rely on the hearts of the people and the spirits of cooperation with our nations. Finally achieve a lasting peace. Thank you. Stand up and applaud his speech. Here we go. Look at him. Honourable Chairman of the Alliance of Nations. Malenyevism. He's seeing residents of the world, however, increasingly being threatened, discarded, attacked and ordered in this assembly. Unfriendly attitude was yet again. Peace talk about what to do. The world. Big revolutions. Casey and Lyra. Casey tells us aggressors are really the keepers of peace. However, have you ever accepted our invitation to talk about denuclearisation? Don't listen to our concerns. Do not invite. Why do you invite us to the Alliance of Nations? Assembly address real problems. Ignorance. Whether you like it or not, we'll keep regressing. Blimey. Just going to see done with blue station and the triumph of capitalism in the end. Ideological war. Communists will bury you. Suddenly bury it after shouting. Cooperation, we will be waiting, we're not going anywhere. It's natural, will react. Despite effects of Rumberg or any other nation. So leave our children are going through good memories of our time, better future for all. But leaders of the world come together. Let us act in such a way to make session not a session of threats but session hopes and realisations of them. Peace, along with the people's resolution. Don't react. Tensions are too high. Oh, some fresh air. Right, okay. Oh, alright. I reckon we've been going. I reckon I'm going on 10 minutes. I think because I think we've been going about 2 hours. I think. What I did in my head last night and tonight in what you're watching anyway. So I'm not going to again. I keep, you know, when you start trying to explain something, thinking, why didn't you explain that? Anyway, so okay. I should have read the news first, shouldn't I? Really? Let's read the news first. Geopolitical evidence. Hedgeland Chancellor Hicks to Grace. Yep, nothing we don't know already. What was that again? I missed one, didn't we? Okay, control is gradually slipping in this country. Right, what are you going on? I said Lampart's urgent with training being changed. That's good. Fine, good. They should be happy about that then. Give them your toys to play with. Okay. Right, what's this one? What joyful thing have I got to do in here? More More personal wealth. Take a route. Right, tell you what we're going to do. I think it's a perfect time to put a cut in here, I think. Because that was exhausting. That was really, really exhausting. Let's get it straight. There's nukes there. There's nukes up here. There's, quite frankly, bonkers people there. They're not exactly sane either. They're bloody batshit crazy. Excuse my language. There's probably occasional nukes or people down here. It's a whole heap of trouble waiting to kick off, and that's where it's going to kick off. It really is going to go. I don't know which way it's going to go there, because at the moment you've got the communist here, and you've got us and the NATO here, but then you've got them here who are just quite frankly bonkers. So you could end up with a three-way war. Welland against them, and you could get Welland against Rumberg and against Lesbia, us against Rumberg and against them. It's got completely crazy. But anyway, I think I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna nip over here. I'm gonna go. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. That was exhausting. Anyway, let me know how you're getting on. I think we've reached an end game. I'm sure the point of the game is to get through to the next election. We'll soon find out. We nearly didn't make it. We lost a driver though. We lost Serge. I like Serge. Anyway, oh well. Let me know how you've been getting on. I love to know how you're getting on. If you like these super long episodes, let me know, because if you would like me to, because I don't mind doing 2 hours, but if you want me to split it into 2 episodes and put them on different days, I have to work out where I'm going to put them. Or if you're happy for me to leave them as one big episode on a Wednesday, I'm fine doing that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, you know the stuff. But anyway, I shall see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.